Okay, Joe, it's day 2, I suppose, officially, although officially day 1, depending on which day we're looking at. This first day on site.
9 o'clock. The mozzies are out, and in fact, mozzies aren't the thing now that I'm most bothered about. See, we are quite fortunate, that little tiny mark there, which you probably can't even see on the video, it was from a wasp sting this morning. So we just got to the centre and Michael was showing us round. We went upstairs and we were looking out of the window down on the shelter, you know, the cooking shelter we've been building. And as we did it, I was kind of holding on to these rails, and then suddenly I was like, ah! Like this. No, I did yell. I mean, it was quite a girly scream, I'll be absolutely honest. Yeah,
it was.
Yeah, it was bad. And the thing is, something had stung me, but I was really worried. It was like some vicious spider that was going to like paralyse me or something, you know, dead in 6 seconds, you know. Count. Remember, I love you.
He didn't say that. Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. He did. Yeah.
And then we assumed it was a wasp anyway, because there were a lot of wasps around. And so Ian just happened to have a poison suction device, which wasn't his lips, by the way, before anybody asked, because others did intimate that might have been the thing. So he didn't suck the poison out of my arm in an act of great love, man love. But
we're just doing the video down.
Hello.
We'll come back in a sec. All right.
That's all right. See, that's how it is. You know, it's all go, go, go. So yeah, in an act of man love, he didn't take out with lips, he did actually remove the poison with this thing. And then somebody else, Lauren, had this kind of antihistamine stick. I'd already had antihistamines in the morning just to stop the nose and all that kind of stuff. So pretty much, it's disappeared. So unless I get some other very bizarre wasp-orientated disease, you know, like wasp yellow swamp fever or whatever it is, then even though it was an incident, no problem. Didn't make a fuss about it either. But we had a great day from then on. So yesterday, I think I might have said in the diary that I was kind of a bit struggling with the vastness of it all and feeling a bit down, maybe a bit subdued actually, if I was honest. Just didn't know what to do because I've been thinking about it all since I was 8. I mean, it's not like I was coming with this huge expectation, but I did think that it's like as soon as I got here, my heart would be moved by every African person I saw. I might just well up or something. And actually, when we first went through a couple of the towns yesterday and stopped, I almost felt intimidated actually. So that was quite puzzling for me because I'm thinking, these are the people I'm supposed to be falling in love with, and actually I felt quite intimidated. I think I'd live here. I'm like, you know, it just doesn't feel comfortable. Then I think I said yesterday, Ian and I went for a walk, and just on our own, just on the street, walking up and down with everybody else, because everybody seems to transit everywhere by the road walking. I mean, you really have to see it because it quite grabs you, doesn't it, Ian?
Yeah.
It's really bizarre. And then playing football today with them and meeting some of the local stuff, you know, it really has created a warmth in me, and I feel so much more alive today. Partly because I had a good night's sleep as well. That's a big factor for it. Yeah, so we got through a lot of perspiration today. I've been drinking this 2-litre bottle in the last kind of hour, and most of it's gone, and I don't still sit in the toilet. So I reckon I'm putting in what I've left me during the football match. We had this posho and beans, which, did you take a picture of it here?
Tomorrow I said.
Yeah, we're going to take a picture of it. I should have done that because obviously it's important because that's one of the main things that's going to be cooked on the stoves. It was really tasty. Well, actually, the posho wasn't that tasty. It was, you need kind of the beans to get that posho down you. But the beans was nice. And we said, what'd you put in it? And she said, I put a ready mix in it. And it was going to bring it out, and it was like almost like the equivalent of supermarket bachelor's all-spice mix thing. But it did work really nicely. Ian and I have had a great time just trying to sort out the shelter. Bit of man tussling with Michael, the three of us kind of working it through. You know, just normal kind of debate you'd have any sort of technical meeting really, trying to work out the best way to do it. We know what we're doing, cutting list, we ordered the timber. Ian thought there's no chance we were going to convince Michael to get the wood planed, because we could see that he likes to script. Every time we'd be like, let's do some 6x2, and he'd be like, nah, let's get some more 4x3. It's just like, everything in the entire place is made by 4x3. That's basically what I've realised. Basically, it's 4x3 and fascia boards, and that basically
nails.
And that's basically the whole of Uganda is constructed, and some odd-shaped bricks occasionally. So I mean, you know, it has been rewarding. We'd love to have got this timber tonight because the guys that are actually doing this timber, it needed basically kind of planing and not just to get the finish, but also the really wonky. It's really just milled timber that's come straight out off the tree. So it's all sorts of irregular shapes. So they were working through late tonight. I don't think they're working tomorrow. Basically, it's ready for us for for Monday morning first thing. We wanted to start tomorrow, but we're not. So tomorrow's a day of rest. So it just happens that the day of rest is we're going to be having breakfast at 7:30, out the door for about 8 o'clock, 8:15, in for an hour service, and then we've got nothing else to do for the rest of the day. So
go to the next one. Go to the next service.
To the next service. Actually, we want to do that because the one that I filmed, which by the time you see this video diary, maybe I'll even post it or something, but it's we did see this beautiful worship, and we really wanted to go back in just to go and see, because it actually it was heartwarming, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Both the energy of it, but also when they went out, you could just start playing some simple synth, and you could just feel the spirit oozing, couldn't you?
Yeah.
And for all the differences, the eternal life joins every nation, and it's a weird thing, because I'm pretty sure a lot of it is you've got to be confident in your identity to be here, and that's kind of hard, because however much you analyse and think it, until you're faced with a situation, then you don't know how you actually feel inside. And other people can think, well, I know it'll make it a bit complicated, but the energy and the passion that you have for things comes from a heart attitude that goes on, and that's what needs to happen. You break through the insecurity of I'm the only white here, I'm the only two whites walking around. And talking to a guy, Colin, today, who's with this Water for All, that is just something he's had to overcome. He may never be quite accepted as them, but if that is your criteria, then don't even bother coming here, let alone thinking about ever living here. But if you can live by, as it were, by faith, so you live knowing there is a need and what your calling is in your life and a strong identity, I'm pretty sure that anybody could make this their home. But it's so we're going to all try and get another good night's sleep, and enough waffle. Ian,